the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Hi, everyone. Thank you for joining us tonight for DC News Now at 10 on DCW 50. I'm Chris Flanagan.
And I'm Susan Tran. We have some storms that are coming across our region. In fact, it's sparking a warning for us. We're taking a live look right now towards northeast DC at Catholic University. I could see the cathedral right there. The district under an extended heat emergency that's going to continue until Tuesday. We have meteorologist Scott Sumner for us tonight, and he has some important details.
Yeah, and then the map behind you, the radar, boy, it's colorful there. A lot of rain coming down hard in Anne Arundel County, Scott.
That's right, Chris and Susan. Yeah, we have a flash flood warning that goes in effect here until 12:45 in the morning here. And you'll notice there is a light green shade. It's kind of hard to pick out, but just tracing, by using my finger to trace over the outline. It's mainly on the northern side of Anne Arundel County that this is happening or occurring, and this came out by the National Weather Service just about a half an hour ago. Already, as you note here, rainfall totals over the last 6 hours, 2 to 3 to 3.5 inches of rain in this general area, right around Glen Burnie, Arbordale, over towards Brandon Shores. So this is an area that we're watching because there is flooding ongoing as we speak, flash flooding. So certainly be careful. Being night and all, you don't see how deep that water is crossing that road. We also have some rain out towards the west, not too heavy, but still rain nonetheless, and down towards the south here across the area. And over the next hour or so, we'll see all of this push off to the north and the east. I'll have your full weather coming up with temperatures in just a bit.
All right, we've been talking about the heat, we've been talking about the drought conditions, and when you see this image from Maryland, you can appreciate how bad it's been. A Silver Spring soccer field is baked and brown. The extreme heat and drought is the perfect recipe, of course, for dried out grass. A viewer sent us this picture and says this is the soccer field there at Northwest Branch Rec Park.
Meanwhile, the heat, of course, can have a big impact on your car. AAA says be proactive to get the most out of your air conditioning. Park in the shade. Now, when you get in your car, roll the windows down. That helps the hot air escape, preventing your AC from working as hard.
Now take a look at this photo. It really shows how dangerously hot our cars can become. The Virginia Department of Transportation showing us that within 10 minutes, the temperature reading shot to 117 degrees, and this was before noon this morning. They're reminding everyone, be sure to check your back seat and never leave any child or any pets inside your car. If you are looking to beat the heat this weekend, you may want to head over to a spray park. The ones in the district are open from 10 in the morning until 6 in the evening. There are more than 30 spray parks across the district. We have a list of those locations on our website, dcnewsnow.com.
Hey, we have breaking news right now at 10. Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin is overriding a plea agreement for the accused mastermind of the September 11th terrorist attacks. Earlier this week, the Military Commission at Guantanamo Bay announced a deal with the man and 2 accomplices in that attack. That means the death penalty is now back on the table for them. Austin says the authority to make the decision on accepting the plea agreements was his, no one else's. The defendants were expected to formally enter their pleas as soon as next week. And developing right now, police are investigating a shooting that put a college on lockdown.
It happened late this afternoon just outside of Montgomery County College, and that's where we find our Marielle Carbone live for us tonight. And Marielle, you spoke with neighbors. What are they telling you?
Well, Susan, they're certainly shaken up, and they say they never expected a shooting to happen here in this neighborhood. Just to give you an idea of this apartment complex behind me, there are a lot of families that live here, a lot of young children out and about playing, and of course the college students nearby. So definitely not something they expected to happen here, and scary for these families. Now, police tell us that the shooting had happened around 4:30 this afternoon. When police arrived here to College Parkway, they found one man suffering from a gunshot wound. He was shot in the stomach. Now, he was taken to the hospital and is in critical condition tonight. Now, I spoke to one woman that lives in these apartments actually right across from where the shooting happened. She tells me that she heard the gunfire. Now, she asked me not show her face, but she tells me that she was planning to move away from this apartment complex soon, and this shooting just makes it even more urgent for her to leave.
If I wasn't, this would be like me telling my husband, we need to find someplace new. I was a lot more shaken up earlier. I'm kind of calming down a little bit, but I'm an anxious person, and so I'm just not thrilled.
And we know Montgomery County College, it was on lockdown because of this shooting. That was lifted shortly after, and we're told that there is no known connection between the shooting and anything or anyone on campus. Now, police are still investigating. Rockville Police Department is in charge of this. And Chris and Susan, they're asking if anyone has any information to please share that with police. Reporting live in Rockville tonight, I'm Marielle Carbone, DC News Now.
Marielle, thank you. We're going to stay in Maryland, and in Frederick, 2 officers are now on leave for shooting a man wanted for sex crimes against a child. Now, this happened last night at the Super 8 motel. The Frederick County Sheriff says a deputy and an officer shot the man when he refused to come out of his room and said he had a gun. That man is in critical condition, and the 2 officers, they're on paid leave while state police investigate. Developing now, we have an update on that double shooting in Northeast D.C. that killed a 14-year-old boy.
Yeah, investigators say David Bailey was shot and killed outside the Lamont Rec Center last night. A second man, an 18-year-old, is in critical condition. DC News Now's Max Marcilla is outside the rec center with the latest on the investigation.
Right here is where crews were this morning, wiping away the rest of what was left of an awful scene as police continue to search for the person responsible for a shooting that has shaken this community and taken the life of a 14-year-old boy. On a hot summer Friday, there are no kids playing on the playground, no seniors inside eating meals or taking classes, people walking away from the closed doors of what should be a safe haven.
Nothing like this usually has ever happened before.
Instead,
there is a mother right now with her head hung down, tears running down her face. I'm getting filled up myself.
People in this far northeast community are thinking of the family of 14-year-old David Bailey, who was shot and killed here last night.
It's a really close-knit community.
ANC Commissioner Michael Cohen says this space is so important and he wants to make sure it's safe.
Whether that's more resources or more cameras or whatnot. DC
police say the shooting happened outside the rec center while a basketball game was happening inside. Both Bailey and an 18-year-old were shot, the 18-year-old then going inside for help. He's in the hospital with critical injuries. A bloody crime scene was washed away this morning. The pain was not. This woman, who asked we don't show her face because of concern for her safety, has spent more than 9 decades here in the district, and she shared this message.
Do you have anybody that you can trust, anybody you can talk to? If not, do you have a good neighbor or a good friend? When you look around and you see somebody else in trouble, is that what you want out of life?
And so far this year, both violent crime and homicides are down here in the district, but the people we spoke with for this story say they hope more is done to continue bringing those numbers down as far as possible. Reporting in Northeast, Max Marcilla, DC News Now.
Yeah, that is just heartbreaking, Max. Thank you. Meanwhile, tonight we're learning more about 14-year-old David Bailey. He went to Deal Middle School in Northwest. DC Public Schools releasing a letter to parents tonight remembering him as a well-liked student. In part, that letter says David was a valued member of the Deal and DC Public Schools community, and we know he will be greatly missed by all who knew him. David deeply cared about people, especially his family and siblings. He's loved to listen to and talk about music. Now, even though it's summer break, mental health support is available right now for students.
A warning from Maryland State Police: beware of fake calls from people impersonating police officers trying to steal your personal information. Now, they say the calls, they can look like it's coming from a real Maryland State Police number. And investigators say if you get a call like that, ask the caller for their name, rank, badge number, and work assignment, and then hang up. Contact and call the state police barracks, anyone directly, and they say an officer would never ask you for any money over the phone.
All right, preventing people from getting scammed. A group of Fairfax high school students, they're using technology to educate their neighbors through a website and also artificial intelligence.
So cool. Innovative, these kids. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg joining us live in the studio now. And Daniel, tell us how Scam Cop works.
Well, Susan, Chris, this is the website right here you can see, filled with educational material as well as an AI chatbot to help people detect whether something is a scam. But more than that, Scam Cops is an organization with dozens of volunteers working in person to help the most vulnerable in our community. At any age, you can fall victim to a scam.
I had a scam incident in 8th grade. I lost a good chunk of my money. and this propelled me to start Scam Cops.
Scam Cops is the brainchild of Fairfax High School rising senior Advik Afiam. What started as a school club is now a nonprofit.
We've reached out to around 5 retirement homes. We're working them, and we have around 50 student volunteers.
Volunteers helping to train seniors in person on how to spot scams.
Our high school has a lot of people that are needing volunteer hours, so we decided to optimize them and try to get as many volunteers as possible, and to go to these retirement homes and spread scam awareness.
It's been an honor, really, getting to go to these senior homes and work with all these people.
The Scam Cops website features a scam awareness guide, scam quiz, and as of March, an AI chatbot where you can ask a question about an email, text, or phone call you receive.
Scam confidence rate out of 10, and it just tells you that we should avoid it.
This year, the website reached 2,000 page views across 36 countries.
We're also hoping to reach out to different banks and set up different flyers and boards to further spread our outreach.
Born out of personal struggles, these students hope Scam Cops continues to save people money and headaches.
Even if we can help one person, we've done our job. Our goal is to help as many people as possible, and we're proud that we have done that before.
And they hope to expand the chapter to other high schools in the area within Fairfax and Loudoun counties, and are looking to get more retirement homes on board too. In the studio, Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
Daniel, I feel like our future is in good hands with these kids. Thank you. New at 9, Virginia will not be participating in the federal IRS Direct File program that we first told you about earlier this week. In a letter from Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, he confirmed those details. Democratic lawmakers, they really argued that this program would make it easier and more affordable for people to file their federal taxes. But Youngkin says the Commonwealth will not be adopting this program because of the costs associated with implementing it, among other reasons.